Welcome to Little English Studio, where English learning meets the inspiring stories of the world's greatest people. Here, we tell life stories in simple English, so you can improve your English while discovering powerful lessons of courage, discovery, and hope. Today, we bring you the story of Ferdinand Magellan, the man whose dream changed our understanding of the world. He led the first expedition that sailed around the Earth, proving that our planet is round, and that the oceans connect all humanity. His journey was filled with storms, hunger, betrayal, and tragedy, but also with great courage and discovery. This is the incredible life of Ferdinand Magellan. Ferdinand Magellan was born in 1480 in northern Portugal. He grew up in a noble but not very rich family. His father worked for the king, so young Ferdinand was introduced early to the royal court. As a child, Magellan was fascinated by stories of the sea. Portugal at that time was one of the most powerful nations in the world. Great explorers like Vasco da Gama and Bartolomeu Dias were sailing to India and Africa. The oceans were full of mysteries, and Portugal was leading the age of exploration. Magellan studied navigation, astronomy, and map-making. He also trained to become a sailor and soldier. From the beginning, he dreamed of finding new lands and becoming part of the great adventures of his time. As a young man, Magellan joined the Portuguese navy. He traveled to India, Africa, and Malaysia. He fought in battles, visited exotic places, and learned about trade routes. In Asia, he saw the wealth of spices, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, that were more valuable than gold in Europe. The Portuguese controlled routes around Africa, but Magellan believed there might be another way to reach the Spice Islands, by sailing west across the Atlantic. However, his ideas were not welcomed by the Portuguese king. After years of service, Magellan felt ignored and disappointed. He was even accused of trading illegally. Hurt and frustrated, he decided to leave Portugal and offer his services to another king. In 1517, Magellan moved to Spain. There he met King Charles I of Spain, later Charles V, Holy Roman Emperor. Spain and Portugal were rivals. Portugal had control of the route around Africa, but Spain wanted its own path to Asia. Magellan told the Spanish king about his idea, to sail west, find a passage through South America, cross the ocean, and reach the Spice Islands. It was a bold and dangerous plan, but Charles was young and ambitious. He agreed to support Magellan. In 1518, Magellan received royal approval. He was given 5 ships: Trinidad, San Antonio, Concepcion, Santiago, and Victoria, and about 270 men from different countries. The mission was simple but dangerous: reach Asia by sailing west. On September 20, 1519, Magellan's fleet set sail from Seville, Spain. The ships were small and crowded. Supplies were limited. The sailors were nervous because no one knew what lay beyond the Atlantic. The first part of the journey took them to South America. They sailed down the coast, searching for a passage through the continent. The men grew impatient. They suffered from hunger, storms, and disease. In the winter of 1520, the fleet stopped in Patagonia, in present-day Argentina. The sailors grew restless and angry. Some even started a mutiny against Magellan. But Magellan was strong and decisive. He crushed the rebellion, punished the leaders, and restored order. It was a dangerous moment, but his authority remained. In October 1520, after months of searching, the fleet discovered a narrow passage at the southern tip of South America. This dangerous waterway, full of rocks and storms, later became known as the Strait of Magellan. One ship deserted and sailed back to Spain, but the remaining 4 ships continued. After many weeks, they finally reached the other side and entered a vast, unknown ocean. Magellan named it the Pacific Ocean because it seemed calm compared to the storms of the strait. But soon the sailors would learn how endless and deadly it could be. The Pacific crossing was the hardest part of the journey. For more than 3 months the ships sailed without fresh supplies. The men suffered from scurvy, a disease caused by lack of vitamin C, hunger, and thirst. They ate rats, sawdust, and leather just to survive. Many sailors died, yet Magellan refused to give up. His dream of reaching Asia kept him going. Finally, in March 1521, the fleet reached the islands of Guam and later the Philippines. For the first time, Europeans had crossed the entire Pacific Ocean. In the Philippines, Magellan tried to convert the local people to Christianity. He built friendly relations with some tribes, but also became involved in local conflicts. On April 27, 1521, Magellan fought in the Battle of Mactan against the warrior chief Lapu-Lapu. Magellan was killed in the battle. His death was a tragic end for a man who had dreamed so big. He never completed the journey himself. Although Magellan was gone, his men decided to continue. Under the command of Juan Sebastián Elcano, the expedition sailed on to the Spice Islands, loaded their ships with valuable spices, and then returned to Spain. On September 6, 1522, after almost 3 years, only one ship, the Victoria, returned to Spain, with just 18 survivors. It was the first circumnavigation of the Earth. Humanity had, for the first time, truly sailed around the planet. Magellan never lived to see the end of his journey, but his vision changed the world forever. His expedition proved that the Earth is round, and that all the oceans are connected. The Strait of Magellan still carries his name. His courage and determination inspired generations of explorers. Magellan showed that human curiosity is stronger than fear, and that the dream of discovery can outlive the dreamer himself. Ferdinand Magellan's life is a story of courage, vision, and sacrifice. He dreamed of connecting the world, and even though he did not survive, his expedition completed that dream. From Magellan, we learn, dream big, even if others doubt you. Stay strong even when storms, hunger, and betrayal test you. Understand sacrifice. Great achievements often require great risks. Leave a legacy. What matters most is not how long you live, but what you leave behind. Thank you for joining Little English Studio to learn the life story of Ferdinand Magellan. We hope his courage and determination inspire you while helping you practice English. Keep exploring, keep learning, and remember, the world is bigger than we can ever imagine.